We are wrapping the farming year that was. Let's have a look at the wool market. Yes, it's been an interesting one. The fine wool's done well, the strong wool not so flash. Rob Cochrane joins us from PGG Wrightson Wool. He's the procurement manager for the South Island. And yesterday, Rob, you had joint North and South Island sales, Napier and Christchurch. I only want good news.
Afternoon, Jamie and listeners. Yes, absolutely. We did have double sale yesterday, Napier and Christchurch. So around about 13,500 bales offered for the day, and that's in both islands. And the market was not bad. Around about 10% were passed in for failing to make the grower reserves. Other than that, most wool was sold. There was a lot of hogget wools in there at the moment, and the market lifted substantially for 31 to 33 micron crossbreed hogget wools. We had seen a slight sagging in that market in the previous couple of weeks, but that lifted and returned yesterday, which was very good. And we're pleased to see that wool going off to with a lot of Chinese buyers there. Some of the tariff relief that's happening has probably assisted in that market improving. Also, Jamie, there were quite a number of lambs, all new season's lambs, all in the North Island in particular, some in the south. And once again, that market was quite buoyant, particularly the fine edge of them, the 27, 28 micron crossbred lambs. Some pretty good money being paid for those. And in clean terms, 27s were somewhere around about 750 to 760 clean, which is a pretty good level. 28 and 29 micron were down sort of around that sort of 670 to 5 down to 570. So that's eased. That course edge is eased, but they're still very good money.
Hey Rob, strong crossbred ewe-fleece has been a bit of a battle. It's been a battle right throughout 2019, and I think if we go back to the beginning of the year and we're at the end of it, it's basically just tread water. It hasn't really gone anywhere.
It hasn't gone anywhere at all, Jamie. You're right there. The market for stronger crossbred fleece, or anything stronger than around sort of 37 micron, 36s and 35s are a little bit better than they were at the beginning of the year, but the coarser end are probably only about the same. And that's a return to a grower gross of around $2 to $2.50 maximum, depending on the yield. That's greasy. So at a ewe that clips 5 kilos, there's not a great return there. I'd suggest that there's a lot of growers who have seen a negative in their wool check by the time they've paid all their costs, and that's not a good look. But I must insist to tell people that we can sell the wool. It is being sold, so we're not producing a huge stockpile or anything like that.
So, Rob, when do the wool auctions start again? Because traditionally, in the good old days, there was a lot of wool would come off between Christmas and, say, the first week or two in January, and it's got to go somewhere. The wool stores are open, I know that, but when do the auctions start again?
Yeah, the wool stores are open, just closed on stat days. But the auctions start, the first auction in the North Island, Napier, is on the 9th of January, and then in both islands on the 16th of January. So there's not really any break. There's still a lot of wool coming forward in this time, and particularly I've just come up from Southland this morning, and there's rain down there again. A lot of shearing's being held up down there, so well behind the 8 ball, and so there will be wool coming forward if we get a bit of weather in the next week or so. North Island is right up with the play. There's no backlog of shearing at this stage, although they're due to get some rain and might hold things up. But yeah, a lot of wool still comes forward in that period, Jamie.
Yeah, a lot of shearers and silage contractors in Southland are really, really twiddling their thumbs at the moment. Hey, really quickly to finish on, we talked about this, but the contamination in the wool from the stock rattle, it's really important to get it out, because I know wool's not worth much, but it's worth a hell of a lot less if you've got the contaminants in there.
Yesterday at the sale in the South Island, in our catalogue, we had 4 lines of wool that were worth 0. Because there was no bid from the floor. Those lines contain very bright coloured blue and red and orange rattles. Yeah, so it's a real problem. The shearing contractors need to work very hard to make sure that the preparation's done, the rattles are removed. And the last place that the wool's seen entirely is in a wool shed before it goes to a scour. There's about 30% of wool shipped off New Zealand coast greasy. The rest of it's scoured here, but at some stage it goes to scour, and no one's seen the whole bale since it was packaged in a wool shed.